Welcome to the What If universe. What if the 2004 draft played out a little bit differently? What if Eli Manning got drafted by the Chargers and actually stayed in San Diego? What if the Giants actually got who they actually coveted at the quarterback position instead of going after Phillip Rivers as a pawn to go get Eli Manning? And what if Phillip Rivers actually played for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Would Big Ben have 2 Super Bowls? Would Eli Manning have 2 Super Bowls? Would the Chargers have a Super Bowl? Would Phillip Rivers win a Super Bowl? And what about Drew Brees? So in this what if, we're going to put Eli Manning back on the Chargers. Phillip Rivers is not going to get drafted by the Giants because the Giants actually thought that Big Ben was the second best quarterback. So the Giants are going to get Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have Phillip Rivers. Now what happens to Drew Brees? Because remember, Drew Brees was benefited by the fact that Phillip Rivers held out because we know the Chargers like to be stingy with them pockets. So what if the Manning family forces the NFL's hands by saying that Peyton Manning won't play this season unless Eli Manning gets the contract he deserves from the San Diego stingy Chargers? So of course the NFL, they're worried about their pockets. They're like, Eli Manning, you're going to get the contract because we need Peyton Manning to play because we need those ratings. So Eli's going to get his contract. That means that he's going to be encamped from day one. Drew Brees is never going to get a fair chance, so the Chargers are going to end up shipping him out to who? The Miami Dolphins. So Miami, y'all have a quarterback. The Saints, I'm sorry, you don't have a quarterback. Sean Payton probably gonna get fired after like 2 seasons, and we're just gonna jump into this what if. So the way this video is gonna work is like this. I am going to use 6 different Maddens. We're gonna use Madden 06 because that's when the Steelers, with Big Ben as a second-year player, beat the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Then we're gonna use Madden 08 because that's when the Giants beat the Patriots for the first time in the Super Bowl. Then we're gonna use Madden 2009 because that's when the Steelers beat the Arizona Cardinals for Big Ben's second ring. Then we're going to also use Madden 2010 because that's when the Saints beat the Colts. We're going to use Madden 11 because that's when the Steelers lost to the Packers in the Super Bowl. And then we're going to use Madden 12 because that is when the Giants beat the Patriots for the second time in the Super Bowl. I am also going to use every single team in the NFL, put it on pro difficulty so no team has an unfair advantage, and we're going to sim each year 3 times. We're going to sim it 3 times to see what the consistency is, alright? So let's hop right into it. So here we go. Eli Manning, he's a Charger, 82 overall. The Dolphins have Drew Brees, and he's 90 overall, doing his thing. Oh my gosh. The Giants have Big Ben Roethlisberger, he is 89 overall. And the Steelers have Phillip Rivers, who is 80 overall. So in real life, the Chargers with Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers, they go 9-7. With Eli, they go 6-10. Ouch. So as you can see, the Miami Dolphins, they were killing, but they ended up going 7-9 as they proceeded to lose like their last 6 games. In real life, they went 9-7. Here, they go 7-9. So in the 2005 NFL season, the Giants, they actually went 11-5. Here, they go 10-6, but they still make the playoffs. So of course, the Steelers, they won the Super Bowl, but in this, they go 8-8. Phillip Rivers barely hangs on to the starting job. Might have been injuries or whatever, but him and Tom Maddox, they were playing a bunch of games together, it seemed like. But they go 8-8. Only team in our experiment that made the playoffs were the New York Giants. Let's see what they do. Can they win the Super Bowl? So the Giants don't even make it out of wild card weekend, and of course we have a rematch in the Super Bowl between the Falcons and the Patriots. Let's see who wins this. And the Patriots win 31-17. So once again, the G-Men are the only team to make it to the playoffs, and matter of fact, they actually won the NFC East. They beat the Vikings in the divisional round 36-32. Then they end up losing to the Eagles 21-16. So we have the Colts and we have the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. And as we sim the Super Bowl, we are going to see that the Colts, they won. The Colts beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's sim it one more time and see what changes. So the Chargers, they go 5-11. It is rough right now for Eli Manning. The G-Men miss out on the playoffs, but they do go 9-7. The Steelers, they end up going 8-8. The Dolphins, they actually made the playoffs at 9-7. So the Ravens end up beating the Dolphins in overtime in the wild card round 19-16. As we move on to the playoffs, the Falcons make it for the second time in this video, and they beat the Chiefs 35-24. And Mike Vick threw for 383 yards, man. That's my dog. That's my dog. Anyways, man, that's going to do it for Madden 06. Let's move on to Madden 2008. Alright, you guys, we are now in Madden 2008. And this time we're going to see what the Saints do as well. Now what I decided to do was whoever was the starting quarterback for the Dolphins at the time, I just swapped them with Drew Brees. So Trent Green was the starting quarterback for the Dolphins. So now he is the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Saints fans, have fun with that. So the real life Giants, they went 10-6 and won the Super Bowl this year, but in Madden, they only go 9-7 and miss out on the playoff. In real life, the Saints went 7-9 with Drew Brees. Here, they go 7-9 with Trent Green. So in real life, the Steelers, they went 10-6 and won the division. Here, they go 9-7, and Phillip Rivers still hasn't gotten the Steelers to the playoffs. The Dolphins, they get a big upgrade, going 9-7. They do miss the playoffs, but in real life, they went 1-5. And the Chargers, they do make the playoffs, going 10-6. In real life, they went 11-5 and won the division. So Eli Manning got the Chargers to the playoffs. So the Chargers get blown out by the Baltimore Ravens, 40-6. And of course, in the Super Bowl, we have the Seahawks versus the Colts, and the Seahawks beat the Colts 37-31. Let's do it again. Alright, so the Saints this time around, they go 6-10, they missed the playoffs. And the Giants go 5-11, and they also missed the playoffs. Dolphins with Drew Brees make it to the playoffs. Not only did they do that, but they won the division, and they got the #1 seed in the AFC, going 13-3. Steelers, they got the 3rd seed, going 11-5 with Phillip Rivers. And the Chargers, they go 10-6 with Eli Manning, and they also make the playoffs. And because they're the 6th seed and the Steelers are the 3rd seed, they will be playing each other in the first round of the playoffs. We have Phillip Rivers taking on Eli Manning. So Phillip Rivers and the Steelers beat Eli Manning and the San Diego Chargers 37-30. We go to the divisional round, and the Dolphins, they squeak by the Jets 26-23 in overtime. Conference playoff game, the Dolphins spank the Broncos 55-17. And the Eagles and the Dolphins, they're going to face off in the Super Bowl. Let's see what happens when we sim. And the Eagles beat the Dolphins 32-24. So the Dolphins, once again, they make it to the playoffs, going 11-5. The Chargers also make it to the playoffs, going 9-7. The Steelers, they miss out 8-8. The G-Men failed to make the playoffs, going 7-9. Big Ben struggled in this one. Big Ben and the Giants continue to struggle. They go 7-9, which isn't bad, but they do miss the playoffs. And the Saints, without Drew Brees, go 7-9 as well. So Tom Brady ends up beating Eli Manning as the Patriots beat the Chargers 28-6. The Dolphins beat the Chiefs in a shootout. Wow, 49-42. Dolphins beat the Ravens 38-20. That means that we have the Dolphins taking on the Colts, and the Colts beat the Miami Dolphins, Peyton Manning over Breeze, and the Cowboys, they beat the Bears, and the Colts, they end up beating the Cowboys 45-21 in the Super Bowl. Alright, so Eli Manning in this game is 93 overall. Drew Brees is 94 overall. Big Ben is 95 overall. The Saints, you have Josh McCown, who was a starting quarterback in this game for the Miami Dolphins, at 79 overall. And the Steelers have 90 overall, Phillip Rivers. In real life, the Steelers win the division, but they go 12-4. Here they win the division, but only go 9-7. In real life, the Chargers go 8-8, but make the playoffs because they win the division. In this, they go 7-9 and miss out on the playoffs. So this was the season that the Dolphins had the Wildcat offense going strong. They go 11-5, win the division, make the playoffs. But here, they go 4-12. The Giants go 6-10. And I guess Giants fans, y'all have taken Eli Manning for granted. Y'all have definitely taken Eli Manning for granted. In this season, you guys actually went 12-4. Here, you go 6-10. The Saints in real life, they go 8-8. Here, they go 6-10. Alright, so the Steelers, they end up beating the Chiefs 17-3 in the wild card round. And then the Steelers, of course, they lose to the Patriots 23-20. And the Patriots, they ride that momentum all the way to a Super Bowl victory, 31-22. So the Chargers, they got the #1 seed. They go 13-3 with Eli Manning. He's doing his thing, man. The Dolphins, they go 6-10. And the Steelers go 5-11. The Giants go 10-6, but miss out on the playoffs. And the Saints go 7-9. So none of our teams play in the wild card round. The Chargers beat the Titans in the divisional round 37-22. Then the Chargers beat the Colts. We had a Manning brothers showdown. No, we actually didn't. Eli is hurt, as you can see. It's Volek, whatever his name is, 366 yards passing. So Eli might have gotten hurt. Say it ain't so, Eli. Did you get hurt? But let's sim the Super Bowl and let's see what happens. So Asante Samuel is the MVP with 5 tackles, 1 interception, and a touchdown, 31-26, as they end up beating the Chargers. So the Chargers, they get the second seed. They go 11-5. And the Steelers, they make the playoffs as well, going 9-7. And the Dolphins, they make the playoffs as well, going 9-7. So the Saints, they actually go 8-8. And the Giants, they end up going 6-10. So the struggle is real for Big Ben and the Giants, man. So the Colts take care of the Dolphins 27-10. The Jaguars, they end up beating the Steelers 30-20. The divisional round, we got the Patriots and the Jags. The Patriots take care of the Jags 31-27. The Chargers, and this time it is Eli versus Peyton. We got the Chargers winning 38-26. Patriots end up beating the Chargers in the conference championship game 30-20. And they're going to be taking on... Oh, we had the Niners and the Cowboys, man. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the numbers by the Niners compared to the Cowboys, though. The Niners had no business being in this game. That team right there was bad. Trust me, I know. Because I love my Niners, so I can talk crap about them. Anyways, man, the Cowboys, they're going to be taking on the Patriots. Let's sim the Super Bowl and see what happens. And it looks like the freaking Cowboys almost beat the Patriots, man. They came pretty close. They came pretty close, but Gerard Mayo, he is going to be the player of the game, the MVP of the Super Bowl. 4 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 INT. Alright, so Phillip Rivers is now 89 overall in Madden 2010. The Saints, they get Chad Pennington because he was a starter with the Miami Dolphins. Hey, at least I ain't got to deal with Joey Harrington unless Chad Pennington gets hurt. And we know he's pretty fragile. Big Ben is 93 overall. He's 96 overall for the Dolphins. Eli Manning is 87 overall, rocking that 14 like he damn fouled to somebody. And of course, 87 overall for the San Diego Chargers. So in real life, the Steelers, they ended up going 9-7 here. They got the number 1 seed. They went 15-1. The Chargers in real life went 13-3. Here, they ended up going 12-4. The Dolphins end up going 7-9 in real life, and here they end up going 6-10. So as we jump to the NFC, the Saints, they still make the playoffs. We take away Drew Bledsoe. We take away Drew Brees, and they still make the playoffs, going 11-5. And in real life, they ended up going 13-3 and winning their division. Right here, the Giants, they go 8-8. In real life, they also went 8-8. So we got Eli versus Peyton again. Colts versus Chargers. This time, the Colts win 17-3. The Steelers also fall to the Colts 31-17. So that means that we have another Super Bowl rematch between the Patriots and the Falcons. And this time, the Patriots win 29-24. All right, so the Steelers, they make it to the playoffs as the second seed. They go 13-3. The Chargers, they go 10-6. They also make it to the playoffs. The Dolphins, they are on the outside looking in. So the Saints, once again, without Drew Brees, make it to the playoffs, and poor Big Ben, yet again, 7-9 and on the outside looking in again. So the Chargers, they win another playoff game, beating the Houston Texans. The Saints, without Drew Brees, they go 41-34 over the St. Louis Rams, about to say the LA Rams. The Chargers end up beating the Colts. Man, we keep on seeing Eli taking on Peyton. That would have been primetime TV, man. And then the Steelers beat the Patriots, and you got the Saints beating the Packers. Look at this. So we got the Steelers, and we got Eli taking on Phillip, and this time Phillip gets the best of Eli, 34-20, doing his thing. So man, in the Super Bowl, we got the Steelers and the Saints, yo. The Steelers and the Saints. Can the Saints win one without Drew Brees? And can Phillip just win one? Let's see, man. Let's see what happens. And the Saints stop Phillip Rivers from getting the Super Bowl. That's dirty, man. That's dirty. That is dirty. So in the NFC, none of our teams make the playoffs yet. Again, the Saints go 9-7. And the Giants were the third worst team in the NFC, going 5-11. So in the AFC, we have the Chargers and we have the Steelers yet again making it to the postseason. The Dolphins, they go 8-8 on the outside looking in. Alright, so the Steelers end up losing to the Ravens 20-35. The Chargers and the Colts yet again, and this time the Chargers get the best of Peyton Manning, 29-18. In the divisional round, we got the Chargers getting beat down by the Patriots. And then as we advance to the Super Bowl, we got the Falcons and the Patriots again, but this time the Falcons win 20-17. Alright, you guys, so in Madden 11, Drew Brees, who is the cover athlete, is 99 overall. Rivers is 94 overall. Eli Manning is 89 overall. Big Ben is 88 overall. And the Saints starting quarterback is 79 overall, Chad Henne. The Dolphins with Drew Brees, they end up going 11-5 and they make the playoffs. In real life, they went 7-9. The Chargers also make the playoffs, going 10-6. And in real life, they went 9-7 and missed out on the playoffs. And the Steelers, they go 10-6 as well. In real life, they went 12-4 and won the division. The Saints, they go 8-8 and they missed the playoffs. And the G-Men, they were the second worst team in the NFC, going 4-12. And in real life, they actually went 10-6. They did miss the playoffs, but they did go 10-6. So the Steelers, they beat the Ravens 9-7. And the Chargers, they beat the Dolphins 31-10. The Steelers beat the Colts, and the Chargers, they lose to the Patriots 27-8. And then the Patriots get the best of the Steelers 24-10. And then in the Super Bowl, the Patriots get another ring, man. They are just dominating this. Like they dominate real football. 24-20 over the Minnesota Vikings. Alright, so the Steelers, they win the division. They got the number 1 seed locked up, 13-3. The Dolphins, they go 11-5. The Chargers go 8-8 but miss out on the playoffs as the Raiders win the division at 8-8. In the NFC, the Saints go 9-7, and the poor G-Man, they go 7-9 and miss the playoffs. So in the wild card round, the Jaguars take care of the Dolphins 20-7. In the divisional round, the Steelers win ugly again 6-0. They take care of the Oakland Raiders. So in the AFC Championship game, you got the Steelers beating the Colts. Phillip Rivers over my man Peyton Manning, and that means that Phillip Rivers goes to the Super Bowl, but ends up taking the L to the Seahawks 14-7. Alright, so the Chargers, they made the playoffs. They went 10-6. The Steelers, they went 9-7 on the outside looking in, and then those Dolphins, they went 7-9. In the NFC, the Saints, they made it. The Saints made it, Big Ben. Where you at? Big Ben and the Giants were 9-7. You were close. You were close. I'm not mad at you. Not really mad at you. I mean, the Redskins demolished the division, but it's alright. It's alright. So the Jets, they beat the Chargers 20-16. The Saints, they take an L to the Vikings 33-14. And of course, we have another rematch. This time the Broncos and the Falcons, and the Falcons, they win. Man, the Falcons and the Patriots are dominating this thing, man. I expect the Patriots to. The Falcons, though? My gosh. Alright, so we are in Madden 2012, and of course, Phillip Rivers is 96 overall. Drew Brees is 96 overall as well. Big Ben, 94 overall. And poor Eli Manning at 87 overall. But hey, he's doing a lot better than Big Ben in this set. In this what if he is. And as you can see, the Steelers, they won their division going 11-5. In real life, they ended up going 12-4. And actually, they made the playoffs, but they did not win that division that year. Chargers ended up going 7-9. And in real life, they went 8-8. So it stayed the same for the most part. The Dolphins with Drew Brees go 6-10. And in real life, they actually went 6-10. Big Ben missed the playoffs again, going 8-8, and the Saints go 5-11. Not really a surprise without Drew Brees. Alright, so the Steelers, they beat the Jets 31-13, and then they get a win over the Patriots 16-9. And they also, Phillip Rivers is going to his 3rd Super Bowl. Look at that, going to Super Bowl number 3, and he wins it. 37-23. Congratulations, Phillip. And of course, the Falcons, they got to make it again. But Phillip, he done did it. Phillip done did it. Got that ring, man. Got that ring. Good job, Phillip. It just might be a Steelers thing. It might just be a Steelers thing. Alright, so the Steelers, they go 12-4. And of course, they make it back to the playoffs. The Dolphins, they're on the outside looking in, going 9-6-1. And the San Diego Chargers are the worst team in the AFC. The Giants made the playoffs at 9-7. Congratulations. And the Saints are somewhere near the bottom. The Saints, they are the 2nd worst team. And the Cardinals didn't win a freaking game. What is going 0-16 though? Dang. Alright, so the Giants, they make the playoffs, but they lose in the first round 17-15. That sucks, man. The Patriots, they take care of the Steelers 38-13. And once again, man, the Patriots versus the Falcons, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing these two teams, man. And the Patriots demolished them 23-0. Alright, so for the last go around, none of our teams make the playoffs. The Chargers, they go 8-8. Then as you go down the list, we got the Dolphins. They're sitting at 6-9-1. And then the Steelers, they are sitting at 6-10. Saints, they make the playoffs at 9-7. And then the G-Men, they are 6-9-1. All right, so in the wild card round, the Bears take care of the Saints 24-9. And in the Super Bowl, the Eagles end up beating the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know what? If you're still here, you're the real MVP. So put poor Big Ben. Put poor Big Ben down in the comments below so I know that you made it to the end of the video. But that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. And until next time, peace. That's all.